What's up guys, my name is Rising and welcome back to another gun guide for Call of Duty Mobile. This is the series where we dive deep into all of the important stats for all of the guns and doing in-depth breakdowns, providing tips, as well as giving excellent class setups for all of them in Call of Duty Mobile's multiplayer. And starting from today, we'll be diving deep into the buffed weapons of the current season, and in today's video we'll be covering the Switchblade X9. First appeared in Black Ops 4, the Switchblade is based on the FMG-9, which is a prototype folding submachine gun designed by Magpul Industries in 2008. Historically, it was made entirely out of polymer, making it incredibly lightweight and agile. However, the FMG-9 never left the prototype stage and never saw widespread production on any level. The Switchblade in this game deals a base damage of 27 up close, dropping to 15 at longer ranges. This means it'll be a 4-shot kill all the way to a 7-shot kill. This harsh damage drop-off is not uncommon for most of the SMGs in this game. However, what is not common is that now it no longer has negative multipliers to the legs, making it one of the few SMGs to have that trait. This greatly improves its consistency at mid-ranges. It also does 30% extra damage to the head, 20% more to the upper torso and upper arms, and 5% more to the lower arms. This means you can achieve a 3-shot kill in the maximum damage range if all of your shots land to the head. Head and upper torso shots do reduce your shots to kill in the mid-ranges, so it is worth aiming for. However, lowered arm shots do nothing to improve your shots to kill, so it's better if you aim high, which is anyways a good practice in general. The rate of fire is on the faster side at 845 rounds per minute. This means up close your 4-shot time to kill will be 213 milliseconds, which is extremely competitive. Although at longer ranges your time to kill will rise up significantly because of its damage drop-off. Its fast rate of fire also makes missing shots less punishing, and if you're able to land your shots to the head, you can achieve a 3-shot 142 millisecond time to kill, which is very rewarding. The sheer lethality paired with good consistency makes the gun an incredible option to run. However, lethality means nothing without looking at its range profile. And by looking at it, we see that our 4-shot range is very small, up to 10 meters, and its 5-shot range being just up to 17 meters. The Switchblade thus performs poorly in this department, and you must be restricting your gunfights from close to mid-ranges if you want to use this gun. Another very important thing that I wanted to clarify is that in the past gun guides, the hit scan ranges which I was providing turns out to be completely wrong. I was using the formula from the mainline CODs without knowing that the hit scan properties of the weapons in COD Mobile works slightly differently. In mainline CODs, you obtain your hit scan range by dividing your bullet velocity by 20, however in this game you have to divide the number by 60 to obtain the hit scan range. Keep this formula in mind so that you can also obtain hit scan ranges of any weapon by yourself. I really apologize for the mistake in my past gun guides, and from this video I have put the correct hit scan ranges for all of the weapons that I will mention. Coming back to the stats, the maximum aimed on sight spread got a buff this season, but is still worse than SMG averages. However, it's of no big deal since you'll primarily be using this weapon for those close to mid-ranges. Its hipfire spread is also standard for an SMG, the hit flinch is above average and the bullet impact is standard. And for its recoil, again, it's a great strength of this weapon. The recoil is primarily vertical with a slight lean to the right, just pull down to the left to get the recoil in control. As for its handling, the base aim down sight is fast at 200 milliseconds, although its sprint out time is slightly slower than SMG average. However, all of its mobility stats are way above average for a submachine gun. In fact, it has the second fastest sprint as well as strafe speed in its class, just behind the MSMC. The Switchblade excels very nicely in this department, and this is something that you want to be taking advantage of. The magazine capacity is below average at 26 rounds, with 104 in reserve. It reloads in 1.17 seconds with an empty reload time of 1.14 seconds, both of which are great. And for its last base stat, its material penetration is standard for an SMG. You may improve it with FMJ, but is useless to run it on a submachine gun. And with that, we have blasted through all of the important stats of the Switchblade X9. And since it doesn't feature any unique attachment, let us now see how to build this weapon. So far, we've seen that the gun has excellent handling and mobility, but is held back by suboptimal bullet spread. It is worth mentioning that even though it is a Black Ops gun, it still features the Modern Warfare Gunsmith system.
The first build that I have here is a balanced aggressive build. We have the tactical suppressor for concealment and the extended barrel for improved range, BSA, and recoil control. You can also use the monolithic suppressor, but the range increment is very insignificant and I don't like the bullet spread to be hurt. But if you don't care about BSA too much, feel free to use it. We have the skeleton stock for overall improved mobility, granulated grip tape for improved BSA, and finally topping it off with the extended mag.
I really love this build, as there are no practical cons as you can see here. We've also greatly improved its bullet spread as well as its ranges, with our 4-shot range being 12.5 meters and our 5-shot range being around 21 meters. Although these ranges are not good by any means, it is at least better than the base weapon. If you want to stack monolithic suppressor, you can increase these ranges slightly. However, the ranges still fall far behind the competitive margin, thus restricting the weapon to be absolute top tier. You can have a look on all of the stat changes for this build. As long as you're keeping your gunfights within its effective range of 27.5 meters, you'll be fine using this gun. Our aim down sight time harmed slightly, but it is still significantly faster than most other weapons.
And that's all for the balanced build. Now, if you remember, the Switchblade has excellent mobility stats, and since the Gunsmith system allows us to use multiple attachments which contribute to mobility, I have a second build which takes the advantage of this and is tailored towards a hyper-aggressive playstyle. With this, we're again using the tac suppressor, but you can use the mono if you want. We have the short barrel, skeleton stock, and a fast reload, all of which improve our mobility values. Finally, we have the sleight of hand, since we're not using an extended mag and you may run out of ammo real quick. Although we have significantly harmed our accuracy, our mobility values are now off the balance. We have a staggering 7.18 meters per second sprint speed, which is one of the fastest in the game. Our base movement and strafe speeds are also excellent now, which will motivate you to run around the map with this gun. I won't really recommend you this build, but if you want to change a pace and want to rush around, then you might as well give it a shot.
As for an example class setup for respawns, we're using a melee in our secondary, but you can use a pistol if you want. We have the perk Greed Red as our wildcard, allowing us to carry 2 red perks, where we have Flak Jacket and Dauntless, and for the other 2 perks we have Quick Fix and Hardline. You may also use Skulker in the primary red slot if you want. For the lethal equipment, we have a Contact Grenade, and for the tactical, we have a Trophy System. Operator skills and score streaks can be chosen as preference. For Search and Destroy, again, we have a knife to run around the map, we have a Frag Grenade as the lethal equipment, and a Stim as the tactical. We're also using Restock as our additional red perk so we can cycle through our throwables and Dead Silence for obvious reasons. Again, you may also use Skulker, but that's up to you.
And with that, that is going to wrap it up on the gun guide for the Switchblade X9. As for my thoughts on the weapon, you really can't go wrong with it. There's no gimmick or niche advantages, it's just pure gunplay. With excellent mobility paired up with decent accuracy and recoil control and great consistency, this gun is an all-rounder. The range drop might throw you off sometimes, but if you play within its effective range, you'll be very fine using it. If you really want a non-meta option, then I'd highly suggest you giving this gun a try.
But of course, those were just my thoughts on the Switchblade. Now I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you think of this weapon? How do you feel using it? Do you think it's quite solid? Or you want some more buffs to it? Just let your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'll be continuing with the buffed weapons for this season as part of my gun guides, so if you have anything in mind, let me know which one you want me to cover next. Alongside gun guides, I'm on my way to post other variety content on the channel, so if you have anything in mind, let me know as well. Join my Discord server to gain access to all of my recommended builds for all of the weapons, as well as other in-depth analysis. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see future content and leave a like on this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.